Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be learning about how to use the Burpsuite. So, in Kali Linux, Burpsuite is inbuilt. We can see the icon here. We can just click on it and the Burpsuite will be running. This is a temporary project, so it will always be opening as a temporary project. We can also open it as a new project, but it is not there right now, so we can just start using the default Burpsuite settings, and I'm starting the Burpsuite. If you don't have Burpsuite, you can do one thing. You can go to Mozilla Firefox, you can Google it, Burpsuite community version, and you will be getting this Portswigger link. So here you can just straight away go to the downloads. So I am going to the downloads, and you can download it for Linux, Mac or Windows systems depending on which PC you are using. And obviously we will be downloading Burpsuite community edition because this is the free edition. Professional version is paid edition. So this is how we can download. Then going ahead with it, we'll be using one of the best site for testing, which is testphp.vulweb.com. So here I'll give you the introduction about target proxy intruder. Now what do you mean by target? Target is basically whatever we are searching for. Let's say this website, this is our target. For this thing we will require one thing, that is the Foxy proxy that we installed. So I am turning on the proxy. I am just turning on the proxy intercept because we want to intercept something, catch the request, and then we will be going ahead. So I'll just go through this and reload the page. Once I reload it, you will be able to see here that we might intercept something. See here. Now I just have to forward the request, and if you can see here in the target, they have already captured about test.php.1 website, all the files and folders which is actually executing. So this is how Burpsuite target sitemap works. Basically it is mapping all the website related files and folders which is displaying that site. Then there comes scope. We can add the scope if needed. We can also use the advanced scoping control, and we can include the scope. The scope might be domain, subdomain, depending on what we want to add. Then there are issues. So these are basically vulnerabilities which might be high or low or informational or medium. So these vulnerabilities can directly be used, and you can see every single vulnerability description is being given here, its remediation, its references, as well as vulnerability classification. So everything is being explained here in detail. If you want to know more about it, you just have to click on the references and it will be opening Portswigger lab, that is the Portswigger website. Now I have to disable the proxy and then do it because I was using intercept. I also have to turn off the intercept, and yes, we can see that OS command control command injection is there in this particular thing. Now coming back to the intercept part, I am turning on the intercept. I am turning on the Foxy proxy, that is the proxy, and I am going to the sign up button. See, after clicking on the sign up button, we have got get login.php page, which I will forward this, and going ahead with it, I just have to type any random username and click login. You can see here we have successfully captured username and password whenever we are trying to use this particular proxy setting. Now what I'll do is I'll just right click on it, send it to intruder, right click on it, send it to repeater. In intruder, it is like a brute forcing machine where we can use n number of attacks. So sniper attack is only used for one single target. What do you mean by one single target? Let's say we have only username as a target, so this is one user target. So if there is only one target, we will be using sniper attack. If there are two targets like username and password, then we'll be using this cluster bomb attack, that is used for multiple payloads, that is multiple targets. Now I will click on the clear button because I don't want any error or cache in between. I'll double click on the username, that is abcsf. I am adding it. So this is my first target. We can see here in the payloads option we have got a pop-up of first absf, and in the password I am double clicking on it because I wanted to select it, and adding the second position, again we have got it as a second target. Now what I'll do is, I have selected this cluster bomb attack. I want to select the payload. For this thing I just need simple list, so I might paste it from somewhere from the clipboard. I have not copied anything, but if I just type it here itself, let's say test admin 123 12345, any random passwords, I am selecting it, I am copying it, and if I go here in the Burpsuite, I just click on paste button, it will be pasted. I can do it in manual way also. I just have to click here, I can say test2 add, and one by one I can just add it directly. Now going to the payload 2, because obviously this was only for the first attack vector. Second target that we want to do or check, that is the password. So again I am adding, let's say I don't want to add here directly, I am just saying payload, paste it, whatever was there I have pasted it. And then there comes one thing, that is payload processing. So if I want to define any certain rule that eliminate this or enable this rule, we can do this using the payload processing, and also URL encoding can be done. So I can use simple list or else custom iterator or else illegal Unicode, character blocks, numbers, dates, every single thing I can directly do it. So this is the simple list. And the last part that is there, we just need to start the attack. We will get a pop-up from the community version that this is for only for the demo version. I'll say okay. I'll just drag this down. We can see the combinations for username and password is being tested for payload 1 and payload 2. We just need to check the responses or the status codes, so that we will get to know, or we will have the idea about if there is any success. So status code, if we see 200, that means it is going to be successful, and we can see here that we have got length more than 6000 is always a success, or let's say 5000 is always a success, and the status code is 2000, that means the payload which is there, that is username, password, test and test, we have successfully logged in using test and test. If you want to check here, I have just clicked here. So this is the request for test and test username and password, and the response that we get is 200. okay. If I click on other responses, I have got 302 found, but still we are not able to log in because it is giving us the message that you must log in. That means this was only the successful test that we got, that is test and test. So I am going to cut it down because I have got the information, I have got the proxy. I'm just going to tamper it using test and forward it, and we had already used it in such a way that we will be getting good response. Okay, sometimes it might happen that the test is yes, exactly. So this, if test.php is nowadays having lot of security measures, so even if it is a test site, you will be getting many requests and responses, and this is how the payload is working. I am just going to turn off the intercept and go back, and I'll just log in using test. Let's check, and if I log in, yes, we have successfully hacked it. See, Okay, so this is how the attack is working. Now what I'll do is I will be using this site as a playground as well, because I was using repeater. So repeater is basically a playground. I can just test how the response and request is being sent and how I am getting the responses. And if I just have to click it, test, because I know right now, but if I didn't know, I can just use it, test one. If I just say test in caps, will it give me the option to bypass it? Yes, it is giving me. So this is how the username and password can be tested, and what will be the request and responses that we can literally see here. We can just convert it from a post request to get request. We can convert every single parameter here itself. So this is how the Burpsuite is being used to tamper the request and responses, and we can do it for HTTP as well as HTTPS. Here it is just an HTTP site, but yes, we can also do it by HTTPS. And that is all related to the Burpsuite. There are many other options, but right now this video will be only showcasing you till repeater. See you in the next video.